Hey everybody, it's Jason Blah here, and it's time for part 4 of the Monday Q&A. So let's get these questions knocked out. What to do when you can't keep your I'll just keep that blueprint. Your scapula retracted while bench pressing. You need to get tighter on your setup, and you need to practice bench pressing until you can do so with your scapula retracted. Very simple. You pull your scapula back. You touch the bar to your chest. While keeping your scapula together, you press up. See that? My scapula is still retracted because I didn't do this. The range of motion stops when the elbows lock out. There's no need for you to go further. Just keep your scapula tucked in. And if you can't keep that position, you need to keep practicing with the empty bar for 6 hours straight until you can do it. It's that simple. You need to learn what a proper lockout is. This is locked out. You don't have to do this. And it's purely an issue of practice, practice, practice. And if you just spend one day working on it, I promise you, you will be able to do it. And the other thing is learning to stay tighter when you bench press anyways, not get excited, stay calm, stay focused. And stop having your idiot friends screaming at you to try to hit 1-rep maxes and stuff when you're not at a competition. Usually it's your idiot training partners and gym buddies and people who are pushing you to try to press more than you're actually capable of that causes you to keep popping your scapula back apart. Because it's messing with your focus and you're having to get over-psyched and break your technique down to lift a weight you really shouldn't be lifting at your current level of development. So practice, check your ego at the door, tell your training partners and your buddies at the gym to shut the hell up and let you train correctly. And practice it correctly and this problem will go away. Alright, next question. I am an intermediate squatter and bencher and an advanced deadlifter. I'll see you're going off the charts there. Due to some early accidental specialization and good proportions, long monkey arms. Yep, that can do it. Natty lifter here, aside from the teaspoon of cocoa I drop in my morning coffee. I hope by cocoa you don't mean Diana bowl. But I guess if you call it cocoa, you could be natty. I'll take your word for it. With that said, all my goals are still tertiary to improving my deadlift, i.e. I only care about the squat in the sense that it benefits or limits my deadlift. Would I get more bang for my buck by bringing up the squat or adding another deadlift day? I squat Monday and Wednesday, deadlift on Fridays. You know what? If your main goal is deadlift, I'm going to assume maybe it's something like you do deadlift only meets or you do push-pull meets or something, so your deadlift's really, really important to you. I do agree with you in that case, so that the squat will improve your deadlift. What I would recommend in your case, go ahead and keep doing your squatting 2 days a week. I would add another deadlift day. And if you really and truly don't care about your max squat for any reason, I would consider dropping one of the squat days and replacing it with a front squat day. Just because the front squat should help you, if you're doing it at least 1 day a week as a primary exercise, it will probably give you a little more carryover to your deadlift. So that might be what I would advise. I'm assuming you're someone who's training for push-pull meets, to where you only bench and deadlift, or you're doing deadlift only competitions or something. That's what I would consider in that case. Don't drop the barbell squat completely. Do it at least 1 day a week though. Alright, next question. Is it humbling and or frustrating having so many fans ask questions about subjects that you seem to have little interest / knowledge about? E.g. Olympic lifting and programming, asking for a diagnosis of their sports-related injury over the internet, or stuff you've already covered the week before in the Q&As. The one that last one frustrates me to no end, and I understand that if it's been 3 months since I answered something in a Q&A, I think it's reasonable for people to re-ask it, and a lot of times I'll re-answer it if it's a good question. I'll straight up. Like if I know it's been more than 2 months since I answered it, I'll answer it if I see it and I like it, it's a good question. But if somebody asked it the week before or 2 weeks before and somebody asked me the question, I just kind of facepalm because I know they're clearly not interested enough in the Q&As to have caught last week's. So why are they posting up questions? That one frustrates me. Or worse, if I did a video in the last week and they could clearly see the video titles and they scan through the feed and they ask the question anyways, that one just frustrates me. I think they're trolling usually when they do that. Now, as to the others, I find some of them more flattering than anything. I actually am interested in Olympic lifting. I have a lot of respect for Olympic lifting. I think it is a fantastic sport. It has nothing but my support. However, when people ask me questions about it, Olympic lifting is such a specialized area, and the level of expertise you really need to have and experience you need to have to really give good advice on Olympic lifting in that specific area is tremendous. And so I find it really flattering when people actually think that I actually have the knowledge to help them with their Olympic lifting, when the truth is I don't. There are some amazing coaches out there who can help you there. I'm not one of them. So I find that one flattering. And then the other one with like injuries and stuff, I find that a mixture of flattering and frustrating, because it's flattering because people do trust me enough with that stuff, and I do find that flattering that people are willing to trust me with something as important as their health on an injury. But I do find it frustrating because I feel like I have to say over and over, this isn't my area, I'm not qualified, I don't want to hurt you by giving you bad advice. Go see a specialist there. So it's a combination of the two depending on the situation. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time in part 5.